soft here. Literally going sideways here.
I wonder which one I'll like the most at the end of this. That's my biggest concern. Welcome to Shark Bay. This is False Entrance. The colours here are amazing. The sun's now peeked through the clouds. We're on our way to Steep Point, via the Adventurers Way. There's a track that's hidden amongst those dunes, and because it's rarely driven, the track can be quite technical and difficult to get through and to follow the whole way. We are going to attempt to hug the coastline. And I've done this a few times over the past 20 years. The terrain is unforgiving and it can get quite problematic. With all that in mind, I thought, let's take the Grenadier out for a proper challenge on the way to Steep Point. Didn't take long before it got bad. It's rough. Rough as guts. Well, ladies and gents, here we are in Shark Bay with the Grenadier. We're heading to False Entrance via Useless Loop Road. This is going to be a good test for the Grenadier. It's maiden voyage. Man, there's a lot of flies, isn't there? You can see I've been quite busy with the vehicle, so if you're not up to date, there was a video recently about all the modifications done to it. I'll touch on some of those as we test them out. But one thing I just want to mention straight off the bat. The hoops we added to the Grenadier has already saved the vehicle, saved this trip. The bar took the hit for the team and Skippy left an impression on the door. So to honour our fallen kangaroo, we'll from now on call this car Skip. And I took out the flies in the car with me. Back on the rough stuff, towards False Entrance, here we go. This road is no joke. That's unfortunate. Standard trailers. Definitely a risk out here. I know that all too well myself. Ah no, sticky parts, come on. I'm gonna find somewhere else to mount the radio now. I forgot how bad this road is. I'm really looking forward to camp, hey? Amongst all these corrugations, there are also washouts, hidden, big potholes. You really got to be wary of oncoming traffic because it's very tempting to sit towards the middle because the edges of where you're going up are really corrugated. So you really got to discipline yourself, keep left, otherwise things can end up a lot worse.
I think someone lost something.
Oh, where did you see that?
I was just laying on the road.
You know, I'm surprised to get this back from you because last time you stole someone's plate, didn't you? Guess we got no plate for a while then. At least you had the screws. I got the plate back, but there's something else that's not quite right. Something else sounds a bit loose. The dust cover on this steering dampener has been doing this. That bit of evidence from last night's ordeal. I reckon that has knocked this one loose. I was going to wedge something in there, but it's definitely going to come loose again on these corrugations. I'll just leave it there for now. It's not doing any damage. It's just annoying when it rattles. Although very minor issues, I feel like getting to False Entrance will be some relief in itself. It's been a long drive and a very long day. Welcome to False Entrance. Good time of the day, eh? Check that out, where the ocean is fierce. You can hear the ocean breathing here. It's very intimidating. I believe it got its name False Entrance because it falsely eluded people to think that this is the passage between Dirk Hartog Island and the mainland. However, that's further up, that's Steep Point, that's where we're heading tomorrow. Great time of the day. Let's go find camp before it gets too dark. It's been a while since I've been here. Thousand colours, eh? This is camp, believe it or not. Not much of a spot to put your swag down because there's rocks and stuff everywhere, but we'll make do. You have to book in advance. We got number 5, which is far away from all the other camps, but also the least sheltered camp. But best sunset view. Got a big day tomorrow. It's probably very difficult to see, but where is that bit? So somewhere around there, there's a track that goes up and over, and that's what we've got to get to via the dunes over there. So let's pack up and get going. There's definitely worse places to roll up the swag. With both vehicles packed up, it's time to go. The beach is just a stone's throw from camp. It's pretty soft here. Currently have low tide, which is in our favour. We just need to get the Crayfish Bay and then get off the beach before about lunchtime. Definitely doable. Depends on how much trouble we run into. Not off the beach by 12, that could be problematic. In this region, I can't stress enough, timing with the tides is very important. Got the dunes in sight. If you blink, you'll miss it. Thunder and lightning on a sunny day. Shark Bay keeps you on your toes in more ways than one. So the polarizers on so I can see where the dunes drop off. You need to take like a cautious speed, not too fast that you'll go over something or you don't have time to brake, and not too slow that you'll sink in the sand, because there are pockets so far I've noticed that are quite soft. This vehicle is quite heavy for sand that's quite soft. I've actually yet to test this out proper on it. Before we start looking to cross over and head towards the ocean, which is where the track is, we need to head deeper in a northerly direction for at least a few kilometres.
Hey, this looks interesting.
A quick check before I go over.
Hold on to your horses. Goes on my gear. Oh, so glad we got the lift. That would have touched for sure. Did the rear touch? Oh, maybe just. Oh, soft, 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 soft. Okay.
Might be time to call in air support. We've currently got the drone in the air just to help navigate. To do this in a timely manner, this will require air-to-ground navigation. Otherwise, we could be here for hours driving and walking. This is definitely by far the most favourite part of any full driving journey, is having to navigate to find a track or find something and then continue on. We're in low range, we're in off-road mode. 1 toot for good luck. Thinking hat is on, let's get to it.
It's almost like driving blindfolded, eh? You'd be helping me through this.
Almost. You go to your right a little bit.
Do this, June?
Yep.
I've got a gap in the rocks I can take instead.
Yeah.
Navigate through this gap. I feel like we're getting closer.
You're right where that go track is.
The Prince?
Yeah.
Oh, those are the prints I saw earlier.
So if you go straight ahead, then you'll be up, to your 9 o'clock.
This way?
Sorry, 3 o'clock. I'm back to front.
soft here.
We are only just now getting a little disorientated. Although it's difficult to see dune drop-offs and dead ends, we have made great progress so far. This isn't exactly a walk in a park. It's a maze in the dunes.
And then you'll go around the bush.
Yeah, this feels familiar. I'm just gonna get out on foot.
Just going for a bit of a walk. Have a look. This is it. There's the track down there. And over there. Just there. We'll get to 76 to where I am. And then decide on which path to go from here. These marsh flies. Nasty little buggers, these things. With both vehicles in place, time to hydrate and refuel. Done a lot of work on foot trying to work out the best way down it. And the reason why many people can't find this track is because they think you can only access it from the beach, when in actual fact you have to go into the dunes a little bit and navigate your way through. This is likely a no return hill. Committing to the track ahead, the only way now is forwards. And just as expected, the wind and the sands have reclaimed parts of the track, keeping me on my toes.
Oh, that's soft here. We're on the other side. Ocean's fierce.
All those required a lot of thinking, and I'm having a lot of fun. It's definitely not as difficult as previous times, but I've yet to see what's up ahead.
It does seem like people have been here not that long ago, because there are still some tyre tracks, maybe the last couple of weeks or something. But I don't think they've gone out that way, because it's kind of like a no return. But it changes every time.
With a much clearer path to follow, I'll divert my thoughts towards how the Grenadier has handled so far. It's honestly mostly positive, but there is something that's bothering me. I'm finding that every time I pull up in the vehicle, I have to just leave it on, because otherwise I've got to get in and change all the settings again. It's a little bit annoying. But apart from that, it's fantastic to drive so far. We've still got a long way to go. Crayfish Bay, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of rock, angry ocean. It's an interesting beach, I've got to say, because it's the only beach out here that has all these rocks. And normally when you see rocks like that, it's usually man-made. This is completely natural. And it's the kind of beach that not a whole heap of people get to go to, just because it's so difficult to go here and not really that well known. I'm not sure if you've seen this yet. Little pantry box, quite handy for travelling. In the back, 2 boxes and the fridge. Speaking of fridge, got Pepsi. Let's hit the road.
So far the Grenadier's done very good on the sand. Twice I sunk down a little bit, but that was going uphill from a stationary start, so I expect most vehicles to do that. It seems to handle the sand really well though. So far so good. 15 psi all round.
This is the Crayfish Bay Fisherman's Shack, which has seen better days. It's been taken over by the sand. This marks the entry to the beach. It's midday right now. We've got a 2-hour window before the peak of high tide. It's already come up a bit. I shouldn't really be standing here babbling. Let's get going.
It's a steep beach. Soft. Very soft.
Oh man.
Very, very, very soft.
Hindsight, should have checked the beach on foot before I drove onto it. Is the vehicle at risk? Yes, indeed it is. But I've got time and panicking will make things worse. Very dense sand. I'll try and drop pressure a bit more. This isn't very ideal. Sand out of the valves. We're already pretty low, like 16 psi. I'm not actually bellied out yet either. It's just really thick and you just go through it. All right, that's 10 psi. I'm gonna attempt just to drive it first. If that doesn't work, I've got two options. One, max tracks, drive to the rocks, then come back, pick them up. Two, drive closer to the water, use the gravity to sort of get me going, but the risk is the tide is not far from its peak. Oh, we got movement.
We are literally going sideways here.
We keep momentum up.
That's better.
What a difference 6 psi made. Well, I didn't need the max tracks yet. 10 psi just got me out. That's an interesting beach, this one. It's just, it's different, hey, look. That's just the thing with sand, it's all different. And it can change from time to time. Last time I was on this beach, it wasn't this boggy, hey. The cameras are put away and we're racing the tide.
How's it feeling in the 76?
No response is better than asking for help, I guess.
I think his hands are busy on the steering wheel. Doesn't want to get my car bogged.
That's both vehicles off Crayfish Bay. Let's continue on. We should find the main track pretty soon. 34 k's, a steep point. Plenty of stuff to see on the way. My cameraman Jono has never been to Shark Bay before, so I asked him what he thought of the environment. His response was he was getting Moroccan vibes. I recall saying something like, Morocco? Did you just say Morocco? He responded by saying, following the Grenadier, he got foreign vibes, and it didn't feel like Australia, it felt like Morocco. I found that really interesting. Obviously I'm sitting inside the car, so I'm not seeing that, but what are you guys seeing? Are you guys getting foreign vibes? This is the Thunder Bay blowholes. There's 1, 2, 3 of them. You really got to be careful because you kind of see these two first, and if you're not quite paying attention, you could easily fall in this one. Whoa.
Got it.
Plenty of cracks around. It's pretty intimidating, eh? The best part for me about this view, you can see false entrance right off in the distance. That's where we started this morning. Crayfish Bay, that's the next one over. And then Thunder Bay, where we are now, the Thunder Bay blowholes. Let's continue driving towards the edge of Morocco. The edge of mainland Australia.
Ooh. Oh, that Jerry got close. It's a wide car. With those pods on the side, it's extra wide.
This is what's called Dicko's Lookout. Getting peckish, time for a cook up. Look, the view is nice, but that's about all I got to say about this spot. We are well over 2/3 of the way towards Steep Point, and I'm starting to reflect on the suspension and the increase of the tyre size. How much difference has it actually made so far?
The suspension so far has been really good. It feels like it did as stock, and that was really good, but it's just a little bit higher. Definitely got more clearance. It's noticeable when driving, for sure. The tyres being a bit bigger, been able to go pretty low on them. I did put a bit more air in them just before because I had them down to 10 psi because of that boggy situation on the beach. You know, 17-inch
wheels, able to still go down to 10 psi. That says something. I did have to go really slow and easy over some limestone rocky sections, and that's why I pumped them up a bit later on. And right now they're on 18 psi. Good for the sand track and for the rocky stuff. We are almost at the most westerly point of Australian mainland, and I feel like there's so much more to experience and learn from the Grenadier. For example, living out of it for a week on the road and then reflect on that experience. For now, Steep Point, here we come. Here we are. Most westerly point of Australia. It's good to be back to Steep Point, and it is a bit foreign not being here again in a Toyota like the other times. We're in an Ineos Grenadier. I think it did bloody well, to be honest. So comfortable, so capable, but there's a fair bit to unpack, like all the mods. And one of the mods I can talk about straight away is that fuel, because with its stock tank, it's not going to make it back to a fuel station without the help of that, with the extra 50 litres I'm carrying. But as one adventure ends, another one begins. And after the 76 adventure, I'm going to be able to compare both of them pretty much like a comparo, side by side, how they both perform. I wonder which one I will like the most at the end of this. That's my biggest concern.